listening to Mike and John Got It Going On, a Livingston County-based podcast that's based in, well, Livingston County. And now, Mike and John.
We're such idiots.
That's how we're starting off the week. Hey, congratulations, our first month of Mike and John Got It Going On.
Under our belts, and now we're moving on to month 2.
Yes, we are. And, of course, we're brought to you by Firehouse Doors in Howell. And I think this being our first month, maybe we should have a celebratory shot.
Oh,
what do you think?
All right.
Where's the Jamesons?
Well, you know what? Hold on. I got the shot glass.
It's St. Patty's week.
I've got the shot glass, of course.
Bottoms up.
Our very busty shot glass.
I thought we were giving that to Tim Robinson, but I guess not. We'll save it.
He hasn't claimed it yet.
Where's the Jamesons?
So I got the.
It's St. Patty's week.
Yeah, I got bad news about the Jamesons. It would
Rough
make
weekend.
sense. Yeah, well, there have been a few. I had to trade the Jamesons. It's no longer here. People remember the first few weeks of the show, the Jamesons made a regular appearance.
Yeah, and I didn't even notice it wasn't here.
Yeah, it's no longer with us. And I'll tell you why.
Why?
A secret deal had to be made.
We're trading out booze?
I had to trade out.
A bootlegger?
Well, I will say this. The Jamesons disappeared at the same time the lunch boxes appeared. So a secret backroom deal had to be made in a dark parking lot in a Brighton bar. Hey, psst, buddy. I had to
You want a lunchbox?
So I traded the Jamesons for the lunchboxes. So
did you have authorization from the other half of the show?
I'm sorry. I had to act fast, okay? I needed proof of life. We had to get those lunchboxes back. We didn't know what was going to happen to those things. I was worried about
They could have ended up in a dumpster somewhere.
I couldn't sleep. I just was like, what's happening to the lunchboxes? What's going on? What about Fonzie? What's going on? I don't know what's happening.
The Pop-O-Matic 2 made
it,
right?
What exactly was part of the deal?
Okay. All right. Just making sure.
All
right. So no celebratory.
Well, not right now, but, we could maybe use some of that Venmo cash and to go get some Jameson.
It's supposed to be for show stuff.
That's show support.
Oh,
we said it was to support the show. And sometimes you just need a shot.
Make bigger donations.
So, by the way, for those of you who do want to support the show, and we're not going to use it on booze.
No, we're not.
Not that
you know of.
Not that you'll ever know.
Bottle of Harper.
Yeah, you can support the show on Venmo. Just search out Mike and John Podcast. And people have been super generous. Yeah. I mean, I just cannot believe how generous people have been. And a lot of times when they make their donations, they have just put comments like, keep it up, love the local news, glad to hear you guys back on the air. So, again, we just are really humbled by all of the support that we've received. And thank you.
Wow, after last Friday, you humble?
I know. What do you know? I got it out of my system.
Yes, you did. It is. All right, St. Patty's week coming up. Of course, Thursday, St. Patty's Day.
Right.
We are going to take the podcast on the road.
Yeah, we are.
For St. Patty's Day on Saturday.
Yes, we are going to be at the Pinckney St. Patty's Day Parade.
Yes.
10 till 1. We'll be out there, and I think, actually, we'll have a special drawing for people who come up. You'll have a chance to enter to win a $50 gift certificate. And we'll tell you where that $50 gift certificate is good for coming up a little bit later in the show.
It's not top secret. But it does
Should we tell them now?
It has kind of an Irish ring to it.
It does.
It really does.
You want to tell them now?
From Murphy's Family Auto.
Yes, we want to welcome our newest advertiser, Murphy's Family Auto. They have joined us here on Mike and John.
Yes.
Got it going on.
So Dennis, Glenn, the gang at Murphy's Family Auto, they know, you know, and your car knows.
Right. So we have a $50 gift certificate to Murphy's Family Auto, and we will be giving that away on Saturday when we are out in Pinckney at the Pinckney St. Patty's Day Parade. So stop by. We'll have a more exact location coming up later this week. And as a matter of fact,
they might hide us in different places like Lucky Charms.
Right. Get them away from the people. Put them over here by the dumpster. And on Friday, we'll be talking again with Susie Voice and Tennyson with the St. Patty's Day Parade, and have some last-minute details as they get ready for Saturday's parade.
Absolutely. Also coming up on the show today, Cristian LaBar joining us from the Wild Theater, another show coming up. We'll give you details on that.
It's a one-woman, two-women show.
A single double?
Kind of.
Okay.
We'll explain.
All right, we've got it going on. News going on with John King.
Absolutely. Here's what's going on today. A Green Oak Township woman who said her home had been vandalized following public statements in support of a controversial event last year in Howell is now herself facing charges in the matter. This is an exclusive Got It Going On news story you've only seen here on the Mike and John Facebook page. Renee Gedeon and her husband, owners of Gedeon Farms in Greeno Township, say their home was vandalized last August with spray-painted racist graffiti left behind. But court records show Gedeon herself will be arraigned March 23rd in 53rd District Court in Howell, where she is facing a single count of attempted false pretenses between $1,000 and $20,000. The nature of the charge is unknown. Livingston County's Chief Assistant Prosecutor Carolyn Henry would only confirm the charge had been filed, but said more information would not be released until after the arraignment. When contacted by Gigo News, Gedeon declined to comment. Also, Greeno Township Police Chief Stephen Kramer has yet to return a request for comment on this story. An Ingham County woman was seriously injured in a crash early Saturday in Unadilla Township. Deputies with the Livingston County Sheriff's Office were dispatched to the Putnam Township area about 2 o'clock Saturday morning on the report of a single vehicle crash from a 911 caller from Oakland County. That caller reported he was on the phone with his girlfriend when it sounded like she crashed and became unresponsive. After thoroughly searching the area at about 3 in the morning, deputies did locate the vehicle and the driver, who had actually crashed on M36 near Barton Road in Unadilla Township. Our preliminary investigation indicated the lone occupant and driver, a 23-year-old female from Stockbridge, was eastbound on M36 in a 2015 Chevy Cruze when she failed to negotiate a curve in the roadway. The vehicle left the roadway and crashed into a water and ice-filled drainage ditch below the roadway. That made it difficult to locate. After significant extrication, the driver was airlifted to U of M Hospital by survival flight with life-threatening injuries. Speed and alcohol appear to be factors in the crash. And the judge in the trial of 4 men accused of plotting to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer has halted the proceedings after a key participant tested positive for COVID-19. According to the Detroit News, an order was filed in federal court Sunday afternoon in which Chief U.S. District Judge Robert Yonker postponed the trial in federal court in Grand Rapids until at least Thursday. The judge's order does not identify who tested positive for COVID-19 and instead refers to an essential trial participant. Jurors have only heard 2 days of testimony in a trial that's projected to last as long as 6 weeks. One of the prosecution's key witnesses is Ty Garbin of Heartland Township, who already entered a guilty plea in the case. And that's what's going on.
It is with John King, of course. Mike and John got it going on, and we want to know where you catch us, whether it's Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, RSS.com, SoundCloud, or your mama's 8-track.
That's your mama's 8-track.
Yeah.
Search that out. When you find it, let us know where it is.
Did you see the post I had?
I did, yes.
Mike and John got it going on page for the 8 tracks. There's some classics in there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, if they're 8 tracks, by definition, they're classics.
They're about as old as, well, a little younger than us, but a lot of fun with that this weekend on the Mike and John Got It Going On Facebook page. Also announced yesterday, Tom Brady coming back to play a 3rd season with the Buccaneers.
Yeah, and a 23rd NFL season overall.
He's got a ring finger left, doesn't he?
I mean,
I think he's got like 1 finger left that he can fit a ring on.
Yeah.
So you might as well come back.
You know, and here's the thing: love him or hate him, the guy is definitely a contender for the Super Bowl. I mean, you cannot just say, "Oh, he's too old. They're never gonna." That's a joke. No way. Like I said, love him or hate him, he is competitive. So this is not. Sometimes you hear athletes that'll do this and you're like, let it go, dude. And I know a lot of people are saying, because there's a lot of haters out there for Tom Brady.
You know what a lot of people say? You've been around too long. 20 seasons? 20
20 this will be his 23rd.
This will be his 23rd. It's like radio guys that just won't go away and they start a podcast after taking 2 weeks off saying, this can happen.
We're very much like Tom Brady.
He copied us.
That's
we
true.
Came back first.
I think you're right. You know what? He saw the success that we're having. He said, how much money are they making on Venmo? Now, wait a second. What am I doing? One of our listeners, if you will, pointed out on our Facebook page, he said, I think this is a Giselle thing. Like him hanging around the house for a couple months. She's like, you know what? Maybe you should come back. Maybe you need to go back.
Maybe onto something there.
Yeah.
Huh? Our wife said the same thing. Get out of the house.
Get out of the house.
Go down in the basement at John's and do something.
Yeah, your wife got the better deal on that one.
Yeah, she did.
She's like, my wife's like, great.
She got the better deal all the way around.
Right, you guys come around it. If I had the Jamesons.
If I had a Jameson's. Of course, Mike and John got it going on, brought to you by Firehouse Doors, located in Livingston County, serving the county and residents for over 24 years. Family-owned and operated business, striving to treat each and every customer like family, and they do. They've treated John pretty darn well here with that really nice garage door.
Which you wanted expanded on Friday to handle my large head.
And I believe Mike said
hold on.
that was possible.
That was possible, right. And why was it that my ego so charged on Friday? I don't remember what it was.
It was some award that you won.
That we won.
Well, we won.
Oh, I remember what it was. For
Then
the second year in a row,
2 years.
Mike and John were named the best morning show by the Michigan Association of Broadcasters. That's amazing. And then some news awards as well.
Yes.
For myself and the team that I led.
Yes.
So
Hold on.
no.
We don't have sound effects, so we have to make our own.
So anyway,
Yes,
that's what that was. But like I said, I'm letting that go.
You interrupted the
It's
commercial.
time to move on and not
it
dwell
really is.
on the
You
awards.
can't live in the past,
The
John.
awards that we won after we were kicked to the curb. Anyway, go on.
Firehouse Doors, your one-stop shop for residential, commercial, and rolling steel overhead door needs. They have been doing so for over 20 years. Firehouse Doors, Livingston County's only authorized distributor for CHI overhead doors. And a special deal going on through April 1st. If you mention Mike and John sent you, call 810-599-7480, and they'll give you 5% off.
Not a bad
So
deal.
whether it's residential or business, give them a call today. It's National Pie Day today.
Ooh.
Not that kind of pie. It's 314, 3.14
Oh, I forgot.
pi,
You're right.
PI.
Got it.
Yeah, recognizing the mathematical constant, the number that seems to never end. But in our history lesson coming up at the end of the show, you're going to learn differently.
We are?
Yes, you are. National Potato Chip Day. What kind you having? Barbecued Lays. Didn't even have to think
Didn't
about
even
it.
not have to. Those are good. Those are indeed good. I got to go Doritos. Classic Doritos.
Those aren't potato chip day. That's a tortilla chip.
Oh,
It's
God.
potato
They're
chip day.
chips.
They're chips, but they're
All
not
right.
potato
All right,
chip.
then
You're
I'm just going to go
breaking the-
regular Better Made.
Oh, you're going Better Made.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Regular
Better
Better
Made
Made.
barbecue are good too.
The barbecue lays are
You know,
great. No, don't get me
If
wrong.
I had 2 bowls
You
of
know-
barbecue Lays and barbecue Better Made,
Chips are a
I
lot
am
like
both.
chips are a lot like sex. Even when it's bad, it's still pretty good.
and you get to lick your fingers. National Children's Craft Day today.
Craft day.
Craft,
I thought it
yes.
was Children's Craft Day, which a lot of times crafts are crap. You're like, yeah, this is
Yeah.
great. Oh, that's lovely, kid.
It's also National Napping Day. Since we lost that hour, because
Oh,
we had to
right.
spring forward, which, by the way, I haven't been able to figure out how to fix my watch to make it go
So-
ahead. It's after the daylight saving spring forward.
Right.
So that's National Napping Day.
I just wish we could just get rid of this stupid,
Oh, it's the
outdated,
biggest
dumb
pain in the
ritual.
butt.
And the thing that kills me is you see, so divided we are politically, and yet you will see politicians from both the left and the right who go, "Yeah, this is stupid," and you go, "Then what is going on? Get rid of it."
This is stupid, but we're going to keep
Yeah,
going
we're just
on.
going to keep doing it.
Just
okay.
like the show.
Yeah.
Here we go.
That really instills faith in government.
It
When
really-
even you have people on both sides are going, "This is dumb, but we don't know what to do." But don't say gay. All right. Don't say gay.
Are you okay?
I'm sorry.
You okay?
I'm fine.
Just checking. It's almost time for our community spotlight. Cristian LaBar, actress, very funny, talented actress, going to be joining us. She was on the show. She was on the show, not us, a while back when we were on the radio.
Hey.
I just said on us, on the show. See, now you're making me mess up. Can we edit this?
Christian, sorry.
Yeah.
We're idiots.
Very
But
sorry.
you know that. You knew
Very
what you were
sorry.
getting into when you decided to be
Yes.
on this show. You should have, at least.
Of course, our community spotlight coming up in just a few minutes.
Yeah.
The other thing, when we first started doing this, one of our first shows,
Right.
we talked to Mona Shan to get educated on Wordle and how to play it.
Right.
Now, have you noticed on your Facebook feed, Wordle seems to be like not there all the time.
It's not.
Like
It
was.
seems to have. There was a
Has-
moment, and it's
Has
still
Wordle
there,
faded?
but not quite as
Or
much.
have people realized we don't give a crap?
Yeah.
What's your Wordle
Look,
story?
and I don't. I've not been one to necessarily, because I as you well know, post plenty of my own crap.
Yes,
that's what
Facebook.
Facebook. That's what Facebook really is.
It's
called. This is my crap. Here's my whatever it is. My thought crap.
Look.
My not actual crap. I mean my junk crap.
No, your junk crap.
Yeah, here's the stuff I'm trying to get rid of or whatever.
Look, I'm out to eat.
My kid crap. We were talking about kid crap day. You know, it's my kids.
Well, it wasn't
you talk about your kids or whatever. I mean, that's what Facebook is for. It's kind of just this. It's like the yard sale that never goes away. You know what I mean? It really is. We put all our junk out there, and if anyone's interested, and if you're not, you just you
drive
pass by. Sometimes, right? And you know how
sometimes you got to make a comment too when you're driving by.
That's right.
Nobody cares about your crap.
Like when you're when your subdivision has like a sub garage sale, sale day, and you're walking through. Is there a bomb? I hear a beeping. Oh, you know what it is? Actually, go. I know what it is.
I gotta
it's
go
in that box.
All right. Which box?
All right, that cardboard box back there. Box? It's you know what it is. Get the clock. Okay.
Oh, it's according to your clock. It's 7 o'clock.
Okay.
That's our alarm that we're supposed to start.
Right. This
that's
it's
our
gonna blow. All right.
Boy, that's a classic.
All right.
Nice. Okay, that's our alarm. That means we're supposed to call Christian, right?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah. See.
Okay. Sure.
See how I segment into that?
Perfect.
That's our community calendar.
Right now, our community spotlight is brought to you by Jordan Genso with the Genso team at Remax Platinum, and a little history, by the way. Genso team began back in the mid-'90s with husband and wife Ron and Ruth Genso. One thing Ruth discovered was that real estate gave her an outlet for another interest of hers, baking. She began the tradition of baking for their clients as well as anyone who referred them to friends and family, and it's a tradition that Ruth continues, and Jordan has picked up at that tradition as a bread baker himself, and in fact, Jordan Genso was in my driveway early this morning.
Is that who I saw leaving when I pulled up?
I think there
was a guy walking out, and I saw a guy hand you a bag, and then he left. I thought this was just some kind of illegal activity that was going on.
So not only did I trade the Jamesons for our lunch boxes. We got to, I think. So Jordan dropped off, and it's still warm, by the way.
Wow,
check that thing out.
Here, let's show it.
There's a lot of crinkling going in the microphones here. Yeah.
Doesn't that look good? I wonder if there's a knife in here so we can escape.
A file.
So,
wait, is there a check in there?
We need some butter and a toaster.
Right. So, and by the way,
that looks and smells delicious.
I mean, we've added a visual element to the show now. Now we just need to add smell-o-vision. Yes. If you can smell that bread, it is awesome.
I don't know if smell-o-vision would be a good thing on this show most of the
time. Probably not. So when you need a realtor to help buy or sell a home, call Jordan, 248-444-9777. Tell him you heard his ads on our show, and you'll get a loaf.
I was going to say a loaf of bread.
And more importantly, so will we.
All right.
So every referral that goes to Jordan,
you get a loaf,
we get a loaf of bread.
I like that. You know, I said we're going to make a lot of bread doing this stuff.
And then maybe by Saturday at the St. Patty's Day parade, we'll have a little bread table.
We can break bread, have some beer.
We can sell some bread.
All right.
Buy some bread.
Jordan baked it. Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's get Christian up for this morning's Community Spotlight. Of course, Wild Theater is a new show. And Christian is the star of that show, you know.
She's
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Christian.
I love to answer the phone, too. Christian is the star.
Yeah, well, yeah, you do. And in fact, this is and I said earlier, the show that we're talking about, of course, Lady with All the Answers. This is a one-woman show, but with two women.
Yes, there is another star, and she's wonderful. Her name's Angela Dill, and we're both doing each one weekend of the show.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting concept to each have you play the role. One week you're doing it, and then the next week Angela's doing it. And by the way, Angela is wonderful. I've been on stage with her, and tremendous actress.
She made you look good, huh?
She's damn right. That's how you know she's a good actress.
Yeah, she's really the star. She's wonderful. It's awesome to get to work with her. It's been an interesting show because it is just one person. So her and I have been meeting on Zoom and in person on our own to go work the show together, but yet still separately. And it's cool to see how we're doing the same show, but it's different because it's two completely different approaches, kind of.
Yeah, and so, obviously the show is, well, tell us about the show. I'll let you describe what the show's about.
So the show takes place in like 1975 in Ann Lander's apartment, and it's a late evening, and she's writing a column, and she's really struggling with this column that she's trying to write. And to avoid writing the column, she starts telling the audience a bunch of stories about her work and different types of letters. She's got everything from some pretty funny letters down to some more serious topics, and she's kind of trying to avoid the typewriter. And there's a lot of audience actually interaction because she takes polls and asks questions, and we kind of come off the stage and come down there and talk to the audience. And so it takes place overnight and kind of ends first thing in the morning when she finally wraps up her column and decides, okay, I'm going to try to go to bed. So
let me ask you this.
So
it's got to
just
be tough doing a one-person show.
Oh, you mean memorizing a 30-page monologue? No!
That's right. You know, I think usually when any actor gets a look at the script, they go, all right, what's my longest part in this play? That's the first thing you kind of focus on, like, all right, what's the big part that I really got to... And you're like, no, the whole script, here you go.
I kept telling Lynn Wilde that all I wanted to do was vomit every time I looked at it because it's 30 pages, and it's a monologue, essentially.
Right.
She does read some letters, and things like that. But so Angela and I chunked it up. We did 4 pages a week, and we made ourselves memorize it. And then we would meet on Zoom, and you kind of held each other accountable because you didn't want to be the one who meets on Zoom who doesn't know your lines, right?
Yeah.
So that's how we managed it, was by chunking it up. And now we finally got it all memorized, but it was definitely a huge feat. It was a lot of work.
Yeah, I could see how having a co-star, somebody like Angela to, like you said, work with on this. Because if you were just literally doing it on your own, that would be much tougher. But to have a scene partner in the sense of somebody else that's doing the exact same scene, but to hold each other accountable, like you said, that would really push you forward.
Yeah, it was very a wise choice by Lynn, and then we kind of facilitated this interaction between the two of us because otherwise, I don't know, I would have been slacking. I would have been like, oh, it's week 2, I'll be fine. Let me just, catch up on Netflix.
That's called the John King method. I'll learn that line later. I don't have to do it.
I didn't want to be humiliated to get on Zoom and Angela knows everything, and then I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, but see, that's an advantage in a way because really there's only you two that know the script. So if you mess it up, unless she's in the audience when you're doing her show, your show,
right,
or vice versa, there's only 2 people that are really going to know. Well, except for the director, but still,
well,
I mean,
Lynn will know. Lynn would know.
Yeah, Lynn would know. Mike brings up a good point. Are you going to be in the audience when Angela's doing her part, and is she going to be in the audience when you're doing yours?
Yeah, I think we are going to see each other's shows.
Are you going to cat call out? You missed the line!
We both have an agreement, though, for each other that we will not sit in the front row because there's some funny parts that we know are coming, so we kind of chuckle. And I can keep a straight face with anybody else, right? It can be anyone from a grandma in the audience to my own husband. But if Angela's sitting there, I can't because she knows how funny it is and what's going to happen. So we both agreed not to sit in the front row for each other.
So is there going to be a poll after the 2 show, after you do your run and she does hers on who did the best?
I hope not. I don't want to be compared to her. She's such a great actress, right?
No, I think you're both going to do wonderful.
Both very talented.
Yeah, Lady with all the answers. It runs March 18th through the 27th. Cristian LaBar, your run is 18th, 19th, and the 20th, and then Angela's will be the 25th.
He's got to do math here.
Through the 27th.
It's the
weekend. And again, this is at a Wild Theater, which is in its new performance space in downtown Brighton. And
will this be your first show there, Cristian?
Actually, no. I did one in the fall with Lynn, and that was my first one there. It was called Weekend Comedy. I had Tony Amato. You guys had him on your show.
Tony's a great guy.
I was in that show with him.
Yeah.
So it'll be my second one there, but
very cool stuff.
And it says, Wild Theater, where anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
So,
like a one-woman show.
Right. With 2 women. One holding back on the other, sitting maybe row 5. Not top row, not front row.
Well, Cristian,
it's nice to talk to you guys.
Yeah, we appreciate you getting up bright and early to join us to talk about the show. Again, opens this Friday at the Wild Theater in Brighton. And break a leg, and we'll have to see what the reviews show at the end, right? between you and Angela, all right? I'm sure you both do great.
Have a nice night, guys. Bye.
All right, take care. Cristian LaBar joining us this morning on Mike and John Got It Going On, star of Lady with All the Answers, kind of Ann Landers-ish, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's like she said, it's supposedly a night in Ann Landers' apartment, 1975, and her sister was Dear Abby.
Yeah,
and they had like a little rivalry. So I don't know.
That's what I was going to say.
Figure into
the Angela and Cristian.
Right. Interesting. I think that's going to be a great show. And again, our Community Spotlight sponsor brought by Jordan Genso. And of course, you can call him at 248-444-9777. Find him at Facebook at Jordan Genso, Community Servant, Community Realtor. And don't forget, if you say you heard his ad on our show, you get a loaf of bread.
I'm getting a loaf of bread, John.
Yes, I can tell.
This is a big loaf
Very
of bread.
crinkly paper.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we get a loaf of bread, and I know you're all thinking, oh, those guys need more bread.
You want the bread? I give you bread.
I give you the bread.
You want the bread? I give you bread.
I can tell you, man, it is really good bread. I mean, I haven't even eaten it, and I know it's good. Just smelling it.
Yeah. You know what it's like when you go to the restaurant and they give you bread before the meal?
Oh, yeah. And then if it's really good bread, by the time they bring your meal, you're like, I'm actually full.
That's right. I might have to pass on the Cheerios
just
this morning.
Put that in a to-go box. And,
So good stuff. Thank you to Jordan Genso.
Absolutely.
As John mentioned, we want to thank Murphy's Family Auto for joining the team here on Mike and John Got It Going On. Call today to schedule your appointment at 517-552-3040 or stop on by 6000 Pinckney Road. Tell them Mike and John sent you.
Right, Murphy's Family Auto, your car knows. And as we mentioned, we're going to be giving away a $50 gift certificate for Murphy's Family Auto. You can use it on whatever you want. Oil change, you've got a repair that needs made, new wiper blades, whatever. You can use it there at Murphy's Family Auto, and we'll be giving that $50 gift certificate away this Saturday at the Pinckney's St. Patty's Day Parade. And we'll just have you stop by where we're set up, which we don't know where that is yet, but we'll let you know. Stop by, and you can enter your name, and then we'll draw out a winner.
Over the weekend,
yes,
came to my attention that you were hanging out with the Queens.
I was.
Yeah. And drag queen bingo.
Damn right I was.
I'm surprised you're in men's clothing this morning. You know how some people
I was just an audience member. I didn't join them on stage.
No, some people fear that if you go to one of these types of shows that all of a sudden you'll be wearing women's clothing as a man.
Right.
But no, I can attest. I can verify that John is in men's clothing.
Thank you. Well, at least as far as you can tell right up top. Down below,
nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Nobody wants to know.
Yeah, it was a very fun drag queen bingo thing for my congregation. Which was interesting about that was that it was a different age crowd. So there was young to old. The older people that had come, they knew it was going to be a drag queen bingo. It wasn't like they were like, oh, what's this going on? Oh, my God. They knew what was happening, but they were there for the bingo. Bingo! Yeah. Guy. Okay, yeah, drag queens, whatever. Let's get down to the bingo.
Do they really play bingo?
They do play
I've never
bingo.
been to a regular.
Yeah, I actually won a prize.
Oh, you won a prize?
I did. I won a prize.
Did you bring it to the show?
Actually, I gave it to my daughter. It was foo-foo soap.
That would have been good.
And she likes foo-foo, so I'm like, here, take that. That's all yours. But it was called B4 soap. The letter B and then the number 4. And this is something that said used before and after. So it was a very fun show, but yes, lots of fun.
Right,
okay.
Good to hear. Anything else? Any other business we need to see?
The
2-cent history lesson?
Well, I'll tell you what we have to take care of. Don't forget the main show sponsor. All right,
Firehouse Doors.
Firehouse Doors, of course.
You know, we already did that. Remember when you were interrupting me?
Did
when
you do the whole thing?
Yes, I
did.
The whole thing.
I don't listen to
you. We're just like spouses. We are.
Was that you talking? I heard you talking, and I'm like, yeah, whatever.
You kept interrupting me about your awards and your big head.
Yeah.
Remember the garage door?
That was important.
Remember that Mike was going to make a big garage door for your head?
Well,
you were so involved.
I just wanted to thank Mike and Kim again for their support of the show.
All right, very good. It's our 2-cent history lesson. Today, the 14th of March, of course, as we told you at the top of the show, Pi Day. 1899 in this state, the United States Post Office issued a patent to Count Ferdinand von Zeppelin for his invention of the navigable balloon.
Was there some Jameson stuff?
Navigable. It was also known as a Zeppelin.
Yes.
And if it weren't for that,
you're right.
we would not have Led Zeppelin.
We would not have Led Zeppelin.
So,
I mean, lead blimp, that just doesn't go over as well. It really doesn't. Ladies and gentlemen, lead blimp!
Yes.
No. You need the extra syllables there. Zeppelin.
Yes. Zeppelin.
Yes.
Zeppelin. 2 P's. 1912, the U.S. cookie brand Oreo was trademarked on this day.
Wow. So, that's 110 years ago today.
Look at that.
Oreos,
Yeah.
you know.
110 years old. Might as well celebrate with a cookie, even if it is not an Oreo.
Now, how many cookies did we have
got to
left?
do the cookie check.
Yeah. How many cookies? Do you remember?
I thought there was 11.
No, then I had one.
So there should be 10 left, unless somebody snuck down here. You know, if you worked out at Mike's Fitness, Mike the trainer, you'd be able to open that box very easily.
No wonder I can't have any cookies.
All
right. All
We made it tough to get into, so everybody will hear when you're breaking in. We have 10. What? There's only 5 left.
I had a bad day.
Only 5 left.
I was down here doing the schoolwork, and I thought, oh yeah, I forgot we got cookies on it. I'll have a cookie, and then Mike will make fun. Mike will make fun of me of having a cookie. I'll have my cookie, and then I'm like, well, those are really good. I'll have another cookie, and then I'm like, all right, that's it. And I was like, nope, that's it. I put them away, and then like an hour later, I'm like,
why did I lock the lunchbox again?
one more cookie.
Did you try to make it tougher to get in? 1923, following the passage of the 16th Amendment, President Warren G. Harding, that's Warren G. Harding.
Warren G.
The big G. What's the G stand for in Warren G. Harding?
I don't know.
Gee, I don't either. Becomes the first president,
Hey-o.
first U.S. president to pay income tax. When a bill was introduced by the House in 1921 that would exempt the vice president and president from paying income tax, the president-elect expressed disapproval of the measure. Therefore, he paid the tax.
Yeah.
1923. 1950, the FBI publishes its first 10 most wanted fugitives for the first time. Top of the list was Thomas James Holden. He was arrested 18 months later.
Yeah. It works.
I think they got most of the guys on the top 10 list within the first 8 years.
By the way, G for Warren G. Harding stands for Gamaliel. Swear to
Gamaliel?
It's on Wikipedia. Can't be wrong. Yeah. Warren Gamaliel Harding. No wonder they just use G.
Go G.
We'll go with G.
Yes. 1967, the body of President John F. Kennedy was removed from a temporary grave to the more permanent memorial site at Arlington.
Yeah, very somber.
Yeah.
The eternal flame is there. If you've never been, you should. Well, the whole cemetery is obviously somber, but yeah, that's a very telling landmark. Way to bring it down, John.
This presidential note, not as down as the last.
Okay, thank you.
1997, U.S. President Bill Clinton tore his knee and required surgery.
Now, wasn't he staying with Greg Norman?
Yeah, I think
at the time
had a knee twist.
Yeah,
something like
and
that.
We're like, uh-huh.
He said, "I feel great. They did a terrific job."
Right. Go, baby.
That's right. That's where the Jamesons went. Identical twins were no longer identical after one returned from a space mission in 2018. Scott Kelly spent a year in space, and upon his return, NASA found that his genes had changed by 7%.
Oh. He couldn't fit in them anymore? Or?
No, his genes. It's
Got
genetic
it.
makeup.
Yes.
So therefore, he was not an
Science!
identical. Yes.
Yeah.
And finally, it was on this day in 2019, Google employee Emma Haruka
All right.
broke a world record by calculating pi right down to 3.14 trillion digits.
Dear Lord.
Trillion digits. Emma's single.
Yeah.
Just saying. So there is...
What are you saying?
Well, they say it goes on and on, but she
Well,
took
it
it
does
to
go on.
the trillion.
What was her name again?
Emma Haruka,
How do you spell it?
or H-A-R-U-K, and then I-W-A-O.
Okay. Oh. All right.
It's two different words.
Okay. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, Japanese computer scientist. I'm just looking at more. Okay. So when I click images,
she looks like a cartoon girl.
It's a bunch of.
She looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, this is okay. That's I don't.
Yeah, you don't get off that.
All right. Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Oh, hey. Well, look at that link.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Sorry.
Sorry, Google. Are we done with today's show? Is that all the content we have for the regular viewers?
Are you saying that we're done now?
It's not over yet.
Oh, over? It's not over till we say it's over.
It's over.
Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Germans? Forget it. He's rolling. And it ain't over now.
Yeah, it is. It's done.
Because when the tough get going,
we follow right behind them. Then we come back like Tom Brady after he followed us. Remember, we were the ones that retired first. And
now that Tom will be out of practice, we can stop by Giselle's.
Maybe we can take a loaf of bread from Jordan.
Turned away by the security guards. Get out of here. All right. We're in the post show. What are we doing for post show? As you can tell, we have not scripted this. Is it time for a new poster?
Do we really script anything except for your got it going on news? Yeah. By the way to break that news going on.
Yeah.
You're quite the news hound.
Yes, that was a Gigo exclusive, by the way. So
I'm digging in deep here.
Okay.
All right, this one's a smaller poster.
All right.
This is a.
Do you have any idea what it is?
Dusty.
I would take a look at it first. Make sure you want to reveal that. It's up to you. I'm fine with it. I'll tell you the story.
All right.
It's up to you. All right. Yeah.
It's pretty political.
Yes, well, it's been a while. That's from 2000.
I thought we weren't getting political on this show.
Well, I told you. That's why I gave you a warning.
I just opened I pulled the poster.
Right.
You tell the story.
I will tell the story.
Tell the story.
Back in 2008, of course, historic run. First African-American person to run for president to win a major party nomination. I actually have a collection of campaign memorabilia, and so I made sure to gather that as well to add to the collection. So
all right,
whatever your political leanings may be, and I've got collections from Republicans, Democrats. I even got a Ross Perot stuff in there.
Does it have a map on it?
What?
The Ross Perot?
No.
No?
I think it's just a bumper sticker.
Okay. Speaking of stickers,
okay,
we're working on something here.
Okay.
I'm working on it right now.
You can show the whole thing, I guess.
You think so?
Yeah,
because it is after the show content.
I know.
All right, well, let me.
All right, there you go. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Boom 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 boom.
Look at it. I'm making it bounce around like it's Pong.
Boom boom. No, it's Breakout now. All right. So yes, coming soon.
To a bumper near you.
Yeah, and our website almost ready. Almost.
As soon as we can figure out how to load stuff.
Right. I don't know. Candy, help! I don't know.
That's where we really needed the Jamesons.
Yeah, that's where she needed the Jamesons. All right, that's it. We're done. Get out.